Hello everyone! Hello everything, microphone check, Limbus check, oh check, hello and welcome everyone once again to our daily Limbus company, Mirror Dungeon, ID Study, and book reading. Today, I get to indulge and play whatever the hell I want, because it's time for me to have fun. And because we kind of ran out of IDs on the suggestion box to review as well, so we are using whatever it is that I want. And today, I decided to do something that I've been meaning to do for a long time now, which is using the Lobotomy Corporation IDs. But by that I mean the ones that have the tag Lobotomy Corporation Headquarters. There are quite a few other Lobotomy Corporation E.G.Os around here, but I'm only going to be using those that we can get on the Walpurgis Night today. That means we're going to do a quick review of them. We're going to put them to the dungeon through our rules, which I still haven't put a thing about Starlight here. And then we're gonna read Crime and Punishment, as we do every day. Now, second. Least we forgot, we have to do this quick, because today is Maintenance Day. That's right, we gotta go fast and we gotta go hard. So, let's begin our quick ID reviews of these Lobotomy Corporation E.G.O gear. First is Lobotomy Corporation E.G.O Solid Element, which I already reviewed yesterday, so I'm just gonna go real quick over it. Bullet, 1 deals damage, 1 recovers sanity. You reload bullet based on your current sanity. The more sanity you have, the more likely you are to reload bullet that deals damage on hit. Skill 1 shoots bullets. Skill 2 shoots lots of bullets. Skill 3 mag dumps the entire magazine and reloads after. Meaning you're gonna be losing like some 15 SP or something like that. So every time you have a skill tree ready for Yisang, you pop a defense that reloads once per turn, and he can max down to maximum effectiveness. Moving on, Lobotomy E.G.O Regret Faust. This one is one of my favorites. Not only does have a incredibly powerful passive, which gives enemy defense level down for Tremor Burst. It also makes enemies have Clash Power -1. For every type of negative effects they have. Maximum of a true Clash Power. And since we're mixing a lot of status ailments today, it's going to be really good. Skill 1 gains Tremor. Skill 2, if you have 5 Tremor, it becomes an AoE. And Skill 3, if you have 10 Tremor, it becomes a AoE as well, with lots of Tremor Burst. Defense skill gives Tremor count. This is the self-Tremor unit. Very nice, very good. Let's move on real quick to Dawn. Now, Dawn is a little bit more intricate because she's similar to Knight of Despair, Rodion. This is a very simple ID. She is a unique charge ID with the new generation charge mechanic, where she uses 10 charge, she gains 1 charge potency. And based on our charge potency, we gain bonuses. Much like Knight of Despair Rodion, she has a mode change. If she's on low sanity, negative, she changes her skill to negative coin skills. If she's on good sanity, she uses the ones with positive. She will turn evil, as I like to say, immediately when she stacks 3 Magical Arcana. Magical Arcana is acquired when you have a 4 Resonance of Envy or you use your skill tree. So you use the skill tree 3 times and she will turn evil. She will go evil mode. Like I said, this is not a super in-depth detail. Look forward to the videos when I get to them, when I get around doing them. Probably coming up when I start doing daily, so I can focus my time on that we're gonna do on the daily on making the video and all that, but look forward for a more detailed explanation about this in the future. Just understand, you use your skill tree 3 times, you're gonna go evil. You do an envy resonance of 4, you gain 1 stack of magical arcana. As you have 3, again, you go evil. When you're evil, you do more damage, and that's pretty much all that I have to know. The more you use your abilities, the more charge you consume, the more potency you get. And the more potency you have, the more powerful you become. That is all there is to it. There's a few things more, but that's pretty much the TLDR of this ID. And she has a unique ego for this ID, which is Name of Love and Hatred. That does give her the Magical Arcana that we need to make her go evil quicker. When she is evil, if she uses her skill tree, she will turn good again. And so she balances between being evil and being good all the time. She's unstable, just like the abnormality magical girl. So let's not dwell too much into it, shall we? So it's Zack. Very good. Very nice here. Anything else? Anything else? That's pretty good. Thanks, Nail. Moving on to Ryoshu. We already seen Ryoshu yesterday. Not much to talk about here. She has 2 different assist attacks that she can use. If a target is low sanity, or if a target is staggered, she gets to shoot them with her skill 1 for free. If she runs out of bullets with her skill 1, she does an unfocused volley that tremor bursts and inflicts sinking. As she hits the enemies, she's going to be gaining faint aroma or petals, and once she hits 30 petals, she will use another one-sided attack called Magnificent End with a good AoE. If she uses her defense, she gains 10 petals, so you can accelerate the process of using that one attack considerably more, and 2 attack power-up as well on the next turn. If you manage to use this in the turn that you have 20 petals, next turn you can guarantee that your skill tree unopposed Magnificent End will deal a little bit more damage. So not much to see here. Merso, we also already seen yesterday. He has gun, he has shotgun, and he has shotgun. This idea works essentially by marking enemies with Spore, which causes them to gain burn, and then killing those enemies to gain loyalty pheromones. And once he has 3 loyalty pheromones, he has a good chunk of buffs, and his evade allows him to heal a little bit more. There's not much else to talk about this ID. It is a very good, very simple AoE ID. Moving on to Rodion. Rodion here, Knight of Despair, is a very good ID. Not only does she clash hard, she can be a tank, and she can be a DPS as well. Let me just equip some E.G.Os on her real quick. Go with Pursuance, because that's healing, we don't have a lot. The gist of this ID is the following. When you use your defense skill, you will gain 1 tier sword. The tier sword will cause you to lose sanity every turn that you have a sword stuck in her. You can have up to 3 swords stuck in her, guaranteeing that she will be at minimum SP at all times. When she is at minimum SP, she will be using her negative coin skills. When she is at negative SP as well, she's going to be doing more damage, etc, etc. Once she has 3 swords stuck on her, the next base attack that she uses will reuse the final coin once. This is very important to understand because it is her base attacks. It does not take in consideration the block or the clashable guard. So if you want to save up to reuse the final coin of your skill tree when you have 3 swords on your character, you will slot her full of, clashable counters, which does not consume the tier shape, but instead deal more damage and all of that. She is a sinking unit and she's very good at that. When she's at positive SP, however, she will be a tank. She will take reduced damage and all of that good stuff. So ideally, you're probably going to leave her at minimum SP just to deal big damage, because big damage is big life in Limbus company. Since the clash system is so good, if you can win the clash, you don't have to be tanky, but then we have unbreakable coins and all of that. In any case, just go. Moving on to one of my favorite. Hello, Rave Show. I see you are still poisoned, still under the effects of the curse. That is indeed a shame, but welcome nonetheless. Last one, which is one of my favorite IDs to use because it is very fun, is Lobotomy E.G.O Magic Bullet. The gimmick of this unit is incredibly simple. Every time she uses her skill 1 or 2, she is going to be gaining... No, sorry, just her skill 2 or her defense, and skill 3 as well. She's going to be gaining a magical bullet. Fortunately, her skill 2 can only get up to 4 magical bullets, but other than that, it's... you use this to get your magical bullets. You want to get high magical bullets to deal big boy damage with your skill tree. The more bullets you have, the more damage you do. But the more damage you do, the more sanity you lose. And if you have less than 10 sanity, you have a 50-50 chance to hitting your friends with that big boy damage that you prepare to use. So it is very important to consider when we are going to use magic bullet fire, or if we have, rusty coin. Hello, old pep meme. How are you doing, my friend? Now, it only goes up, magic bullet only goes up to 7. It does not decay. It does not go anywhere. It just stays there. It is consumed, of course, by when you have 7 and you use your skill tree. It consumes all the bullets, so you're back to square one, and you have to get your bullets back up again. When you use the skill tree before the attack, you gain 1 bullet, so you can technically activate the skill tree when you have 6 bullets, because this will gain additional bullet before you even begin the attack. It's not on combat combat start, mind you, but before attack. In any case, we inflict Dark Flame on the enemies, which is a funny little burn special, which deals pride damage based on the value of Dark Flame versus the burn on target. Up to 7 times, it's a multiplicative effect. So, if we have 1 Dark Flame, we take the burn that is on the target and deal that as pride damage. If we have 2, we duplicate the damage, 3 times, etc. until 7 times. Of course, if the enemy is resistant to pride, it's going to be reduced quite a lot, but still a very powerful effect if you have people that can apply burn, because this unit does not apply burn very well. She can inflict burn equal to Dark Flame on target, but Dark Flame expires like immediately, so she's not very good at applying burn. So if you have E.G.O gifts or a teammate that can inflict a good amount of burn potency, this will deal a good amount of damage and, be really good. Another thing that you can do to gain magical bullet is using the block. Block makes her lose sanity equal to the magic bullet. This is sort of like a reload for her. But you use it, you gain a magic bullet, especially since your skill 2 cannot get bullets past 4, and you can only gain bullets by using this 3. Your defense skill is very good when you're maxed out on 4 bullets, and you need to gain a few more. You probably only need to use this twice, or if you have 2 skill trees ready to go, you can use it to get your bullets. Alternatively, we can use the E.G.O that came with it, Magic Bullet. We gain a single magic bullet if we're at 0 bullets, and we gain magic bullet equal to our highest resonance after the attack end, mind you. So if we have a good pride resonance and we want to jumpstart our skill tree to deal big boy damage again, we want to use our magic bullet E.G.O when we have a good pride resonance on the dashboard. And remember, this only always goes 4, and magic bullet only goes up to 7. And it is very important to take that in consideration, because if you use this with the 7th bullet, Otis will die. It will do really good damage, but she will die. Now, she also has something special for this E.G.O, which fixes the burn problem I was talking about. When she has the passive for this E.G.O activated, she's going to start inflicting magical bullet on self divided by 3, burn on the enemies, and we inflict that again 3 times per turn. Oh, sorry. We inflict the magical bullet that we have, burn instead 3 times per turn on the enemy without dividing it by 3. And if the target has 30 burn, we inflict 1 dark flame instead of the above effect 2 times per turn. So it has this like a limit of 30, so you don't, overburn the target, but you do inflict dark flame. And this is just with base attack skills, on top of everything else we add on then, every other burn, everything really. So that is it for all the Lobotomy headquarters IDs that we have currently on the game. As quick and sweet, we pretty much understand how they work. There is another Lobotomy E.G.O ID that I skipped over because I'm not going to use it today, but I would do a disservice to the game, and by extension myself on this channel, if I do not look at them. That is Lobotomy E.G.O Lantern Don Quixote. There really isn't much to talk about her. She is a 0/0 ID, she's reasonably tanky, she gains clash power if she's aggroed, and she heals every time she hits an enemy that targets her in the chaining phase, which is very nice. She has the heal if the enemy targets her, lots of enemies, so she heals on hit. It's very nice. She inflicts rupture, lots of rupture count if I recall correctly, and her skill tree is very funny because she takes a bite out of someone if she is on low HP. I remember some people using bleed to maintain her at low HP so that she could keep biting someone forever and forever. That's why they added a class to that you can only reuse this coin once. And her defense skill gives her HP equal to any remaining shield that she has. Unfortunately, her block is kind of weak and you can't heal that much through it, so it is an ID. It's the ID of all time, really. Moving on to the other Lobotomy E.G.O ID that I haven't revealed yet, because I'm not going to be using. is Lobotomy, E.G.O, Red Eyes, and Penitence for Ryoshu. This one is a really powerful ID. Make no mistake, just because Tremor Aroma Ryoshu was released with a 5 billion 5 billion assist attacks does not make Lobotomy, E.G.O, Red Eyes, and Penitence any less powerful. This unit is a crazy charge bleed unit, which she can heal allies and deal really good damage. So the short and sweet of this is every time you use an attack, you are going to be gaining unique charge or unique bleed. Sorry, you're going to be inflicting bleed with this unique status effect. It's a unique charge. And she gains red eyes, she gains more buffs, she gains penitence, she gains more health regeneration, etc. She literally gains shields by having high charge, etc, etc. It's just a solid, tanky, powerful ID that can heal allies. The only thing is that she doesn't have any AoEs of sort, but you can compensate with the E.G.O. It is a incredibly good unit with a very simple gimmick where you use your skills until you get the max stacks of your charge, and then if you really want to do good damage and enter a round where you're going to heal everyone, you will be using your skill tree. If you have maximum red eyes penitence, you use the serious skull buster instead of the normal skull buster. And when you use the serious skull buster, you will consume all of your unique charge, and you're gonna gain a buff called Only Ashes Remain, where you do not gain charge anymore, but instead every time you would heal with that the effects of your charge, you will heal an ally instead, which is very nice. So not only is she good at tanking, because she has a clashable counter, which is very good. She's good at tanking, she can regenerate health, and she can hit really hard, and it's bleed is always good. She can hit really hard, and she can heal allies sanity and health. It is incredibly good. Hello Isaac, how are you doing? So with that said, that is all of the Lobotomy E.G.Os that take place in the Walpurgis Night. Let's build the team. We already know how this is gonna be going for most of it, which is going to be Los Mariachis, G.O Gregor with the healing. For Ishmael, for this team, I will take Jong's office representative, and for Heathcliff, I am going to be taking... Honestly, is this a resonance? I think it's a resonance. No, I'm gonna take Kurkumo Heathcliff. That is our team. Why did I choose those? Kurkumo Heathcliff is extra bonus against enemies that have used the defense skill or are full health. Ting Tang Honglu is more damage. Los Mariachis is more damage. G-Corp Manager is healing, even though it's probably not going to be necessary. And Jang's Office Representative is a sanity healer. With that said, let us deploy. Again, we are a bit in a hurry here. Today is maintenance day, and considering that we are using a very powerful team, we won't have to worry too much about time today. As a reminder, rules of the dungeon, please manifest yourself. There we go. No Grace of the Stars, no starting E.G.O, no gift searching, no healing, no revives. If a sinner dies, we do not get to use them anymore during the entire dungeon. And if the selected team dies entirely, the dungeon ends. And we are not using Starlight in any way, shape, or form. We're not re-rolling for packs, we are not fusing gifts with Starlight. We are just accepting what it has been provided to us by the game. Right. Let's get down to it. And since today is maintenance day, tomorrow is the intervallo. Look forward for an earlier stream tomorrow and a longer one too, because I really want to see how it's gonna go. So excited, so excited. Let's see. The Outcast, which burn. We do have very strong burn units that will benefit a lot from having these two here, but true power. Lake Word though. I'm gonna go for the Outcast. That burn gift is calling to me. We are gonna ignore the two mystery packs because we need the sanity beginning. I am going to deploy my units as thus. Guns. Magical Girls. Ryoshu. Why am I selecting? I can select everyone. We have 7 slots. Everyone is here. Perfect. What was I doing? What was I thinking? What's bro thinking? And since today is a very nice Wednesday, I get to pull out my stogie. Hell yeah. Right, let's begin. First turn doesn't really matter. We just need the SP first. Just gotta keep an eye on Dawn and Knight of Despair here. You are not good to use that, and you are generating your bullets first. Feels a little wasteful to start off fights like floor 1, paying attention to the gimmicks, but it creates good habits. Not like we're gonna need it against these guys. This is the good cigar today. I didn't buy the cheap one today. Alright, moving up. Here we go. Bullet. You are sanity. Excellent. More. You're still not ready for using your stuff. We don't have a pride affinity, and you are still generating cards. And you can just use whatever you want. Speaking of, like I said before in the rant stream, once we reach episode 19, marking 30 days of daily streams for the Mirror Dungeon, I might just drop the daily streams and focus on Limbus Company on a weekly basis or events. But in its place, I will be putting other games, because I'm not just going to stop doing my daily streams. No. What I mean is that we are going to probably, most likely, be playing Lobotomy Corporation on stream. Hell yeah. Because, you know, that's a new adventure, because I feel like we are getting a little stale with all of these, the Mirror Dungeon and all that. Might be my impression, but still, either episode 19 or when we finish Crime and Punishment. So look forward to that, where we're gonna do Limbus on the weekly and Lobotomy Corporation on the daily until we beat it, and then switch to other game, probably Library of Ruina right after. Really make this a Project Moon channel, really. There we go. AoE of 3. Oh, the delay impact frame. They have 4 bullets. All right. But the combat is over. Mystery pack, we have the sanity now, very good. It's the best abnormality in Limbus Company. The GOAT, as the youngin says, the greatest of all time. Thank you for your gifts. Right, moving on to the next. I'm enjoying Crime and Punishment greatly. It is a fantastic book. It is really, really good. I love it. Alright, you need your swords, so go get your swords. Actually, that was a skill true. That was a skill true. That was a skill true. We will save your clashables until you are all good sanity. Crime and Punishment is a really good book. First time I got exposed to it was through an audiobook. Listen to it to the end, it was good. Now that I'm reading it, it's much better than I remember. It's just very interesting. And again, I wish Rhodia gets a better Kanto in the future. Hopefully that will happen, who knows. Got a skill tree, use the skill tree. Gun. You're still getting your bullets, and doesn't matter much for Ryoshu. Since Ryoshu gains petals every time someone activates sinking, I opted for her to use an evade because she will gain 10 petals from it. So very likely next turn she will use Magnificent End with a 2+ attack power because of her evade. Alright, we're gonna gain our first Arcana here before she turns fully evil. No Arcana? Alright. Take the shot. Yes, I did my math correctly, but my god. Relatable. 1 HP, true burn, true dark flame, tremor, butterfly, spores, sinking, power down, bind, atrophied, faint aroma. That's very relatable. I'm sorry, my dude. It says if you need to do that. I mean, it creates good habits. Create good habits for good rabbits. It creates good rabbits because rabbits are cute. No, it creates good habits for future fights. Again, we don't have much power-ups to collect, so we have to play the mechanic as best as we can. Get Chan. You are gonna go with your block. You are gonna use that. Yeah, use that. One of the things about running full teams like this is that you don't really get to use the full gimmicks of an ID very quickly because it takes a while for you to build up your stuff, and you don't have a lot of slots, which kind of blows. I'm gonna be honest. Let's accelerate the magic bullet. Can we get a 4 pride resonance here? Boom, envy. No, we can't. What a shame. For Aku's Mercenaries, there really isn't much a gimmick to using him. You immediately ignore the skill 1, the shot, the rifle shots, and just go for a shotgun for the most damage. It's light work. Magnificent end. Obliteration, devastation. But I want to tell you about Ryosha and Alan Gregg. Do tell. Kind of meant. That's the minor one. Get out of my head. The minor of beats, minor slave. Attack endgame one my core kind of. Right. I need to review this, re-look at that ID because I don't remember something very crucial about it. I guess it's just the Arcana acquisition. Which we get from an Envy Resonance. Which is interesting. You can put a magical girl into the middle and it works. Alright. First shop, we got Pinpoint Logic Circuit for burn. And we got Grimy Iron Stake for bleed and skill down. We have a couple of single coin skills, but that's about it. Let's get a shotgun on this guy. Do tell me your neat thing about Ryosho and Alan Gregg. I know they have support attacks out of the ass. We put them two together and they're just gonna rip the guy apart and there's nothing he can do about it. La Criatura, and she immediately gave up. Relatable. A very relatable string today. Very relatable. She just gives up. She just gave up. She doesn't want to do anything. She just gave up. She has 4 power up, and she said, "You know what? You guys can just kill me." Fire. Yeah, fire. With love. In the name of justice. That's a fucking cutie patootie ID, man. And there we go. Abnormality immediately sees 7 agents from Lobotomy Corporation, just gives up. That's the just what happened there. She just gave up. Oh, fuck that. I'm just gonna go into an egg. Ooh, good choice here. Damage, lithograph, pyre down. This is burn for burn boys. This is healing that we don't have yet. And this is extra damage. I'm gonna go for the healing. If your star doesn't kill an enemy that has less than he still uses this one show against an enemy with any amount of health. Interesting. Isn't that just a thing he does all around? A revive. That is very nice. Or more power. More power, more damage, and protection. We could do this on... Yeah, we can take this one and put it on Faust, so Faust always has a little bit of tremor count, so she can pop her AoEs faster. That's an excellent gift for self-tremor. Let's go over here, see what we get. It's healing. Very good. Didn't we already have that one? We didn't. Okay. Down here we go.
E.G.O 침식도 양호. 아마도.
개체가 조금 유리한 환경에 놓이게 된 것 같아.
All right.
하지만 우리가 걱정할 건 하나도
Shotgun.
없어. 최선을 다할 거잖아.
Lower that sanity for me, please. Gain an Arcana beat. And bang bang. You will gain a bullet here. And Faust is building up her tremors again. Pew. Yeah.
히어! 아르카나 빛! 차!
I am... Depending how fast we go today, I might go further to floor 5. I say that a lot, but you know how it is. Let's see how the next floor treats us. Solid Implement. We have a Pride skill. We have 2 Pride skills. Lots of Envy. We have another Envy that could spice Envy things up. It's a Gloom. It's Pride. No extra Envy. Yeah, no extra Envy. What a shame. Lots of Wrath, though.
정확하게.
I might switch Otis and Merso in the deployment order so Otis gets more attacks so she can build her beginning faster. Or with Dawn either.
이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자. 와, 방금 너무 근사한 인격이었는데 관리자님에게 우수한 평가를 받을 수 있겠어. 아까의 공격으로
Yeah, let's change that up next turn. For now, there's not much we can do about it, so let's just rock it. It is as one of us to try to turn if the enemy has less than 20% HP hit. If you do it with Ryo, so it does not go to waste. He will use against one of her targets. Yeah, because technically the target got hit and he had low HP. Again, anything with a lot of assist attacks is incredibly broken. Because, again, action economy is very important. Alright, let's switch up the order. Here. You will go first, followed by you. You. You will become the third deployed... I'll change that now, actually. First you, second you, third you, 4, 5, 6. Go! Iseng is kind of forgotten here, even though he's a sinking unit. That is a very powerful sinking unit. But he's mostly here to, because he's Lobotomy E.G.O. Go. It's a focus encounter. Get your bullets, get your bang bang out, get shotting, get your tremor. You need a little bit more charge before that has some sauce to it. And you need to lose a clash. But that's a positive thing, so there we go. D is pretty sure it's a bug. I need a very niche one. I don't think it is, because if the trigger for this kill is someone with low HP getting hit, if you get hit by an AoE and the main target dies, he will target another character that took the hit. Because the trigger is getting hit. So it doesn't matter if it's an AoE or not. We'll take a look at him after, if I remember. Queen of Depression, Rhodia. There we go. That's a nice number of staggers. You know what? Dawn. Why don't you get rid of this trash for us, will ya? obvious little spot there, but Mercer will take care of that. Rest of you just hang tight. I want to see her do the funny thing. I want to see her do the funny thing. I want to see her do the funny thing. Mercer takes care of the trash there. Thank you, Ryoshu. You are very appreciated. Thank you for stealing. You're preparing the kill for Dawn. Well done. Well done.
정의보다도 푸른 자여, 사랑보다 붉은 자여, 운명 속에 파묻힌 그대 이름을 걸고 여기서 빛을 맹세한다. 우리 앞을 막는 증오스러운 존재들에게 나와 그대의 힘을 합쳐 위대한 사랑의 힘을 보여줄 것을! 아르카나 슬레이어!
Yeah! Fuck him up! This is such a high quality E.G.O mill. Goddamn, the production value. Some of them survived, Dawn. What the fuck was that? Dawn, you were supposed to wipe them all out. Why didn't you? Oh well. I still was very pretty. Very pretty. Bit of nostalgia. It's an AoE. Being an extra attack does not happen with E.G.O or AoE skill. It's not working with Dragon Honglu. Again, if the trigger is getting hit, and no matter what you do, if the target gets hit, it will trigger it. That's why the wording of these skills is very important. Things like combat start and combat end, attack start, etc., etc. Abnormality fight. Hell yeah. Get your counter ready. You need to gain skill. You need to shall be insidious. There we go. Shotgun. Leaves us with one attack. Go for it. No. Hold your horses. Hold your horses there, partner. Dawn with the cute doll noises. Bang, bang, bang. One bullet acquired. Time to take the shot. Yes, and you used a few bullets, but we can mag dump. You need to recover your bullets. We don't have any pride resonance going on here, so just a block will suffice. Offset that for us. You will use your counter because it's powerful, and you gain more stuff from it. You will clash, which is clashing here, right? You need to gain your tremors. You're not tremoring. You're not jiggling enough. You need to jiggle harder. You need to jiggle. Faust, commence the jiggling. I need you to be jiggling, so you'll be doing the AoE so the enemy can be jiggling. After ally attack using base attack skills, if the enemy core has 20% HP, there's mercy on the target on its return. Yeah, Ryoshu attacks are base attack skills, even if they are AoE. It's once per turn, so and you can make it happen multiple times if you have the if you use a defense skill, if I recall correctly. It's on his passive. Or no, not on his passive, it's on his defense skill. So you can literally turn one of his actions to like 3 actions if you're using AoE against enemies that are low health. I am fairly sure that is not entirely. I haven't used that ID very much. Alright. Ryoshu's good. Yeah. You're good. How much tremor you have, Faust? You have 10. Use the AoE. Otis has but a singular bullet, so Otis cannot use her special skill. but she can use Magic Bullet together with this one attack that we're gonna send out there. Dawn is going to offset. That's good. Back here. With a 3 Envy Resonance, we get 3 bullets after attack. So we're gonna have 4. It should not trigger if you go by the wording. Only targets with less than 20% should trigger this. We also target enemies with 100% HP. Interesting. Now it's sounding more like a bug. We'll take a look at it later. Magnificent and bang.
방금 건 제대로 된 공격이 아니었는데 혹시 너희들 중에 매뉴얼을 제대로 안 읽고 온 사람들이 있는 걸까?
The curse of having multiple body parts means my AoE is gonna hit you good, brother. 1 magic bullet becomes 3 magic bullets. He dies.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Very good, very nice. Again, the E.G.O using Ching is very strong. We're not gonna have any problems whatsoever as we progress through the mirror dungeon. Homeward for that healing at the beginning of the game. We need our skill 1, so we're not gonna replace that. Give me a refresh real quick. Get that shotgun rocking rolling. We are now buck and blasting this motherfucker. Let's see. Number 4. Number 4 is Rhodia. Rhodia is gaining the pierce damage up. Very good. Bleed will be Merso. We're not getting any benefit from this E.G.O in this position, and that's the only bleed unit that we have, so we are going to change the deployment order again. So starting with the bleed guy, followed by no one else here does bleed, so doesn't matter who's the second one, honestly. It can be you for all that matters. Number 3 is going to be Faust, so she gains the gift that gives her thing. Number 4 has to be Rhodia for the pierce damage here and here. Good. Gotta make best use of our E.G.O gifts positioning. The cigar is really good. Flip Clop tap away. Flip Clop shotgun blast away. Blossoming Fragrance, get 1 bullet. Get your tremors. Get your swords in ya. You gotta have your swords in ya. Clock, clock. The multi-body part thing is actually a neat mechanic if they are arming Abner with the little minions echoing some damage back to the main gang. It was really compensated for some EVs. Yep, they are understanding that a lot of the old AoEs does not do extra damage against a single target. So if you have an E.G.O with like a shit ton of AoE, but you're targeting a single guy, you don't actually gain anything from it. And that's a way for them to fix it, which is very nice. It's very nice. Nothing more to say. It's just very nice. AoE. Magnificent end. Little bullet for my little bullet boy over here, and then another one here, and then another one here. That is 4 magical bullets on top of our 1 magical bullet here. I like that. We're gonna be gaining 5 bullets the next turn, and we can unleash something good. Bang!
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
That's why it's very funny to fight like the time killer, because he has like 5 different body parts, and so you just hit him with an AoE and he takes 5 times the damage because they're all sharing the same health bar.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 안 해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
Very good, Rhodia. You! She's so cute, god damn it. I don't even do magical girls. I don't see the appeal, but she's so cute. God damn you, Dawn. Alright. 5 magical bullets, but no magical thing over in sight. Let's use a bullet then. Everyone just hang tight. I think she can take care of this. If she's not, I will be very disappointed. Bang, bang. Magnificent end. I put the new stuff or save for Warp. I'm gonna save for Warp because of course the new stuff can be sharded. I have the shards, I will shard them. As much as I want to get the E.G.O for Blade Ninja Merso, I can keep it in my pants for a week. Very nice.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
Starlight, hell yeah. Not that we need it, but very good. Made to order, that's what we came here to get. Scoutal Crumbs would affect everyone because they have a lot of sinking in the scene. We get Carmilla or Haunted Shoes, hell yeah! That means we get to change our deployment order yet again. We are gonna go over here because this one's quick and we have a lot of pierce damage and AoEs. Now, let's change our deployment order. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I think this is pretty good. That's giving Autis a little bit more power, but she gets hit, she's susceptible to hit our own allies, which is not good. I would love to have this on Rhodia, but Rhodia is, well, gaining damage up from Carpenter's Nail, so we're gonna keep that like that. You can also switch it over to Merso at slot 4, so he gains extra damage on his AoEs. Which is, you know, very nice. It's a power pierce damage up, yeah. Middle Big Brother Ricardo! Yeah, today is not the middle king. There has been plenty of opportunities to use the middle. Today is unfortunately not one of them. But hey, we have our honorary purple user here, and she's very cute. Look at her. Right, let's see here. Otis is struggling with her SP. What the hell happened? Oh, right, E.G.O's in a row. And Faust needs to build up her Tremor. Full Bloom is just going to rock their world. Here we go.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
Ah man, I'm so excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be such a good time. Oh yes. Finally, new content. Get to sink our teeth in. Get some new lore. Some delicious new lore. Some delicious new music too. Alright, you need to build up your sanity and you need to build it up fast. How's your tremor? Not good enough. Go gain some tremor. Alteration Buckshotto. If you test the spark, drop it with tears. You're gaining sanity. You don't want you to gain sanity, but that's a skill true. I'm gonna use it. Dawn is fine, and you are fine as well. You know what? Get your paddles for the next turn. Bang bang. Shotgun.
임상시험 성공.
쏴야 할 때가 왔군.
아까의 공격으로 인해서
I didn't need to do all that, huh? Alright, take the shot.
충분히 나아질 끝을 내도 될 것 같아.
속에 파묻혀라.
Just pop two caps in his ass and we're done with it. Very nice. Grand welcome. Easy E.G.O resources, so we don't have to worry about anything. Let's go down here. I'm still surprised that the going up or down doesn't change the outcome. It's still random. I don't know why he has two paths, really. This gains a poise, and this one gains the command to leave. This one's better. Go Merso. Come on, Merso. It's time to learn the basics of close quarters combat. And what do we get here? We get the Equalizer. That is, enemies become weak to pierce now. Everyone becomes weak to pierce. Very nice. And Dawn cocks it up. Damn it, we could have gone a very good gift there for making enemies weak to pierce, and we have plenty of pierce damage, but Dawn cocked it up. Damn it, Dawn. we go. Let's start with grandiose style. You need to get your sanity down. You're a little too happy. And you need to get your tremor. Why are you clashing like shit? I don't know. These guys are just strong. Or maybe we don't have really tremor support for you.
대상탑 저침탄 트랜지션
Transition.
임상
And
시험
into a shotgun.
방송 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
공발 장전.
나만 믿고 답에 집중해줘. 도움이 될 수 있을 거야.
Yup. How is the tremor going? 8 tremor, not enough. Save it up. Your charge is not good enough. And we just need you to use charge down so you can get your power up. You are with a sword in your chest, so you are good to go. Use your skills. Very good. You are going to hang back a turn and just, you know, have a good old time. You're gonna blast them with a shotgun, and you are gonna shoot your bullets. Shoot your bullets, my dude.
대체들의 체력이 많이 깎여나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자.
이중 제압기체의 두나를 확인
Good dodge.
이중 격발 완전 제압 다음 제압기
Any opinions on the pseudo upside 5 of the new E.G.O? It is very good. I do not mind, especially because this is a gacha game. We are going to want to make money, but considering that we can extract anything a week after, I do not mind that a older ID is getting a E.G.O that has exclusive effects for it. I think it's very nice. They're showing some love to that ID, and they need a little bit of love. So I think it's really good, and I'm eager to use it. I'm gonna sit down, wait my 5 days, and then get the E.G.O. Saving for wall brigade. It's right around the corner.
제압기체의 두나를 확인 완전
I rather much they do uptype 5 for IDs rather than give the E.G.Os thing, but we'll see how it goes. It's not something new, really. We already, in this team that we're using right now, we have 2 IDs that have E.G.O for the a specific that gains benefit, specific benefits for equipping the specific ID that can, you know, from that E.G.O. For example, we have Magical Girl Dawn and we have Magic Bullet Fire. Magic Bullet Fire has a specific effect for the Lobotomy E.G.O Magic Bullet, and same for Dawn. Magic has Solid Lament for Isang instead of for Gregor. That would be fucking busted. Alright, let's see here. We are going to upgrade... What will this do? We're going to 2 burst damage up next turn. Okay. And those will do up 50 play identity as well. We're going to be changing a bit of our loadout here. Crazy Miss, what do you think next wallpaper will be? Great question. Well, the last one was... What was the last one? I don't remember. What was the last one? Was it Hanafuda? I honestly do not remember. Alright, let's see here. Deploy your Chu. Deploy you Chu. I'm gonna have you go first. You go second. You get 1. You get 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. No. You have to be the 3rd one. Oops. So, we're gonna put Otis first. Dawn second, so she gains a high heal. Faust 3rd. Rhodia 4th. Mercer 5th. There we go. Because these 2 have Pierce attacks and Carpenter's Nail effect the 4th and 5th. This is a power up with Sinking, and this is Tremor, etc. It would be better for Rhodia, but what can you do? Dawn is already wearing a Magical Girl outfit. Let her have high heels. Ruina, I believe. I can look it up real quick. Hold on. Where's the wiki? Because they seem to be doing a... Yeah, last one was Lobotomy Corporation, so the next one is probably going to be Ruina. The last Ruina we got was Hanafuda, which was... I think I got something for the start of the city, maybe? maybe the Kane office. Kane office would be banging. Goddamn, if we get a Kane office, that would be fucking rock solid, man. Sure fried.
완벽한 한 발을 위해
For the perfect shot.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가보자.
Right. So, Star of the City, Library of Ruindam. Let me check what the receptions were because I completely forgot. Just check here how things are going. Rhodia is with the sword on her chest. Good. Faust does not have the AoE required. You just do you. You just do you as well. Actually, go for this. You have 1 bullet. You can do 2 bullets. 3 bullets. 2 bullets from this. Puts you with 3. Again, 1 bullet from blocking. Here we go.
출개체 확인.
So, Star of the City, we have the Thumb, Blue Reverberation with the guys we're fighting right now, Liu Association, Kane Office, Index Proxies, Red Mist, Liu Association again, R-Corp, Distorted Yan, the Index, Purple Tier, Xiao, and R-Corp again. I don't think we're gonna get Xiao or Purple Tier at all. That would be far too busted to get. No, that wouldn't be far too busted to get at all because, come on, we got Nurse Fathers now. Nurse Fathers are incredibly busted to hell and back, so no, that's not gonna happen. But ooh, we get 4 bullets. 4 bullets. 4 bullets put us at 6. Next one is gonna be hell yeah empowered. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. You counter. Home glue Nemo's on it. I don't think how would they do Nemo? Would they just put the Sinner's face on the little screen? That would be funny. That would be real funny. I would like Kane Office. I would like Liu Association, someone powerful from the Liu. Probably not Xiao. Index Proxies would be great as well because we have 3 index units or units from the Thumb. You know, they could make it 2-way. I think that would be cool if they did it 2 ways. It either did the because Valentina and Lucio are coming, right? The true Thumb IDs from Nurse Father that we didn't get yet. And then they could do the reception of the Thumb to add new Thumb IDs together with that, and or do the Index so we have more Index as well. Those would be good. That is assuming they go for Star of the City instead of Urban Nightmare again, which could get us the She Association, the 8 o'clock Circus. We could get E.G.O for the Crying Children, which they seem, you know, that would be an upscale for Sinclair, Dawn Sinclair. That would be very funny to have as well. All right, you have 5 bullets. We need you to gain some clashes, though. You are low on sanity. You know what? Use it again. You should be fine. You will be fine. You will be fine. You will be more than fine. And you're gonna get your 7th bullet. Because resonance. Hell yeah.
정확하게 사랑으로 정의의 이름으로 이 정도쯤이야?
흔들리는 일 따위 없이 가로막는 모든 것을 침묵시키고
Boom!
지평선을 따라 나아가.
대상 확인. 철침탄.
Boom! 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 Strike!
제압 완료.
Out of the park! Home run from Faust!
탈출 개체가 점령되었습니다.
Right, Rhodia is charged up, and so is her. If you use our E.G.O right now, we will detonate, so we shall avoid doing that. We are going to use... We have 3 swords in our body. When we have 3 swords in our body as King of Despair Rhodia, our last coin of our base attack skills get reused. it does. The Clash Level counter does not count as a base skill, so it can be used with no problem. So we're gonna put it on a skill tree. That skill tree will have 4 coins instead of 3. Very nice. Lo Hung Vu. Hung Vu? Hung Vu. Your name is definitely new here on the stream. I welcome you. Hello. How are you doing on this fine Wednesday? Let's go with shotgun. Shotgun. You are about ready to pop Magnificent End. You're gonna pop it this turn, I'm very sure. So no point in using your evade here. Magical bullet. Magical bullet twice. Why not? Here we go.
탈출 개체 확인.
Behold, the coin reuse on Rhodia. 1 coin. And the guy's dead. We didn't get to reuse it. Whoops. He's weak to pierce, that's right. Well, it gets saved for the next time. Now we get to witness the 7-bullet magical bullet fire. Kaboom! Very nice. Didn't roll heads, but still did good damage. I hate when that happens. How is our bullets? How is Dawn looking? Dawn is looking like a treat right now. We have plenty of charge. Time to use our Arcanas. And you still got your sword, but I want to use it on a skill tree. So you're going to be using your counters. You're going to be using your AoEs. You are about... Oh, you didn't pop your thing. Interesting, interesting. Well, you're going to pop it right now, so there's nothing much I can do here. You block, you create 2 bullets, and rock and roll. Yeah. One magical arcana, 2 magical arcanas, and once we use it again, we will have 3 magical arcanas, which means Dawn will go evil. When you're in evil mode with Dawn, the thing you want to do is to avoid using your skill tree unless you want her to go back to being good. Because the longer you stay in evil mode, the more damage you do. Up to a point, right? Very good, very nice. They're still alive? Is there still more of them? Yes! More fuel for the fire. You do your counters. Dawn. Dawn, Dondly Dawn. You are gonna go evil mode for us, aren't you? Very good. You're about to pop another one, so I'm gonna have you both evade, so you use it next turn. You have enough for a Tremor Burst, so we're gonna use it. Actually, you have enough for 2. You only need 10 for the AoE, so double the AoE, double the love. And for you, more bullets. I need more bullets! Magical. Use your magical powers, become evil. Yeah! Hell yeah! Home run!
제압 완료.
Once more, one more. That one didn't have spirit in it. Put your back into it, Faust.
제압 완료.
Make him jiggle. And there she goes. Evil Dawn. Oh my god, we did it. She's evil now. But unfortunately, it is the end of the site. I wish there were more enemies. Oh well. Oh well. Nothing much to do here. Just click that win rate button, because 2 enemies is really not worth the effort for thinking for a second more. There we have that magnificent end with 2 extra power. Shotgun. Aim at the crotch. Blast. Very nice. Dawn remains evil. Remember, here's the mechanics for Dawn. I remember it now. When she turns evil, every turn that she's evil, that is, she's on negative SP, she will gain Hysteria. Hysteria, if my memory does not fail me, gives Dawn more damage. Which, oh, Jesus Christ, it's here. It's finally here. Things are building up nicely. Anyway, every turn she stays on... Oh, hey, it's the E.G.O gift that we missed, compared to the other ones that are also very good. God damn. All right, there we go. Charm, Wonder, and Doubt, Murder on the Warp Express, and Significant Envy. I don't want to fight these guys. There's nothing good here. There's Midwinter, I guess. But nah. Murder on the Warp, there's plenty of enemies, and we do have plenty of AoE. What about the gifts, though? What about the gifts? Let's go Martyr. Martyr. Martyr on the Warp Express, lad. We gotta go Martyr. Anyway, Evil Dawn. Longer she stays on negative SP, she gains more damage. If she uses her skill tree when she has enough stacks of Hysteria, which is the thing that gives her more damage, she gains SP back again and turns good. Though, so you're, you know, going back and forth between SP states. It's a very fun mechanic. Alright, let's begin. Ooh, powerful. How about you, Zin? Can you do something about that? No. What about you, Otis? Otis, you were the first one deployed, right? Right. Who's gaining the true power up? It's you, it's you, it's you. Okie dokie, okie dokie. You are not doing too good here. You don't have skill 1, so let's leave that to the more capable hands of Mercel. Favored. You will deal with that for us. We use the favorites first. And for Dawn is currently evil mode, evil maxing, so let her evil max as much as she wants. A Wrath Resonance, not bad at all. That's 3 offense level 4 of house, so. We did give him 1 extra base power, which is not great, but not bad either. All right. Not an AoE because I just wanted to win the clash there, but good enough for me.
방금 공격은 좋았어.
Bang,
이대로만
bang.
계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
아무것도 남지 마라.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어.
We do have Equalizer that is making them all weaker to, you know, fierce, which is very nice. All right, you go. You need to replace your skill 1s. We do have some Pride on the field here that we can use, so let's use that. How many enemies? 12. There is 6 here, so there's another wave coming in. Very nice. You don't have your swords in you, do ya? Go get your swords. Shotgun blast. How is your petals? 14. I say evade. We need the pride. We need this attack as well. Offset that evade so he doesn't do shit. We do have an attack coming in. Hold on. Go. That sounds good. That looks good. That is good. Actually, no. Yeah, go here. You offset that so he doesn't dodge. You are power countering that attack. Everything accounted for. Rock.
사랑과 정의.
역시
Magic
이놈
bullet
말고
of 1.
어떤 사람이라도 맞출 수 있는 마법의 탄원이다.
And because of the envy, the pride resonance, we are gonna gain 3 more. So that's a 4 bullet in a single use. Bakashoto.
와, 방금 너무 근사한 일격이었는데? 관리자님에게 우수한 평가를 받을 수 있겠어.
Time to take the shot, Ryoshu.
우리 쪽에 유리한
Let's take a look at our
점이
field
있네.
here.
잘 됐다.
You go blast. You go blast, shotgun blast. You go. You're gonna use your full bloom and full power today. I like that. Dawn, how many stacks of hysteria do you have currently? It goes up to 3. Let's save it for another round, shall we? And Otis has currently 4 bullets and a magic bullet ready to fire. But if you use this, it's gonna be a while until we get the next one. So since these guys are pretty much almost all dead, let's take the opportunity to build up our resources one more time.
필출 의지만 있다면
Step down.
조준 완전지야. 다음 주 대체는
태어난 곳으로
Now, magnificent end with 3 extra power.
모든 것들과
Boom. Very nice. And another one, why not? She just unloads her weapons all the time. She's crazy. That lady is really fucking busted. I'm looking, and I'm liking what I'm seeing.
적들이 충분히 나약해졌다는
Alright.
거지. 끝을 내도 될 것 같아.
We have 1 pride. You use your counters. Let's shoot a bullet. It's time to fire the bullet. Magical bullet, go! Magical girl of gun. Are you still evil? Are you still good? Alright, let's turn you into good Dawn again. Very good. You only have your skill 1 ready. So do you. And so do you. So we arm up a barrage of skill 1, so we stagger the target before he can do anything.
쓸모가 있으려면
Cock it up, Dawn. All right. From evil to good.
사라져라. 방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
Blast them.
대상 확인. 철침탄. 트랜지션. 임상 시험 성공.
Bang, bang. Isn't that the third sword? From evil to good, Dawn is recovered. Very nice.
지휘팀이라면 완벽하고 빈틈없이
Right.
모든 걸 끝마쳐야
Let's
하지
see.
않겠어?
How are you looking in petals? 30. We're gonna start with magnificent ends today, huh? Very nice, very nice, very nice here. How's your bullets looking? That is a 4 bullet stack. Nah, don't use it. Save your sanity for next turn. Oh, there's not gonna be a next turn. Save your sanity pronto. How are your tremor looking? Your tremor is looking fantastic, ma'am. You're jiggling all over the place. Very good, very nice. That's gonna be this guy left, probably.
하고될 시간이다. 잔우에.
이중 제압기 제2 나라 확인. 완전 제압. 다음 주
Bang! Magnificent end! Shablam! And then bang someone again. Ah, you can only use it once per turn, that's right. Yoop! Yoop! Like I said, only 1 guy left. Just damage into that.
많은 피해를 입혔어. 적들이 충분히 나약해졌다는 거지. 끝을 내도 될 것 같아.
속에 파묻혀라.
Best facade, she just shoot full gun and bang. Love that Ryoshu. So busted though, so busted. Tear off the gore. Who will do it? Iseng will do it. Go on, you little weirdo.
억압 작업이 성공했어.
Alright, let's get the gauntlet as well. Who's gonna be? It's gonna be Dawn, of course. Fixing high-tech equipment is a very necessary skill for any magical girl. Let's go for the unfocus encounter because I don't want to think, because we have 7 units with each a unique gimmick. Although some are easier than the others, I'd rather not think right now. Today is a day where I just enjoy myself. And enjoy myself, I am. I'm enjoying myself because I'm playing Limbus, and I love playing Limbus. I'm enjoying myself because I am streaming to you, my dearest audience, and I'm enjoying myself because tomorrow is gonna be a great day. That's right. How's our bullets looking? How's everything look? We just started, so we don't have any resources. And that sounds alright.
만만찮겠군. 빨리 하지. 우리 쪽에 유리한 환경이 되었네. 잘 됐다.
Bullet? Bullet of magic? One. Create another one. Sword on your body, sword on your body. You're losing sanity. Good. Tremor, not enough? You only need 5 for the S2, so good.
파고들 시간이다. 잔뜩
객체들의 체력이 많이 깎여나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로
Listen to that cacophony of battle. I love it. I bloody love it.
빈발 장전.
Magic bullet detonated.
아까의 공격으로 인해서 대상에게
Alright,
많은 피해를
you don't have anything to go here with you.
충분히
Let's go over
나약해졌다는
here.
거지. 끝을
Magical
내도 될
Dawn
것
is
같아.
just doing her Magical Dawn things. Do we have enough Tremor for another AoE? Yes, we do. Shotgun, ignition kind of sucks. We have no choice but to fire the magical bullet now, so might as well turn this into a chunky magical bullet, shall we?
나가주게. 펜.
Bang, 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 bang. Good. Bam, smack.
이중 격발.
I love Lobotomy E.G.O Faust because of the debuff she has on AoE. Magic bullet of level 2. Fire.
내 탄환이 향하는 곳은 언제나 간다. 필요.
Destruction.
소금의 우연도 없이.
Magical bullet of level 6. Fire.
계속해보면
On our team. Hell yeah, it finally happened.
이건 엄청 고통스러웠겠다.
It finally happened. Well done, Otis. You deserve a prize.
가치는
Go sit in the
떨어지는
corner
법이지.
now. You little weirdo. Hell
파고들
yeah.
시간이다.
대상 확인.
잔무에
철침탄.
You didn't expect that
살고자 하는
the sanity.
모든
I forgot about the sanity drain about firing the bullet.
무덤으로.
Fine after using the eagle. That certainly didn't happen.
정의 이름으로
7 bullets. We're ready to fire it again. We just need our sanity back.
아르카나
Fuck.
세이버.
1 level of Arcana.
공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
10,
꽃으로
12, 15.
우리가 우세를 정하고
Ah, there we go. That is the end.
여기서 방심하면 안 돼.
가치는 떨어지는 법이지.
지휘팀이라면
Let's not risk shooting that bullet again, shall we?
모든 걸 생각해야 돼.
It finally happened. I was careless. But no one died, so we're all good. We just need to focus on regaining our HP because, again, rules of the dungeon can't heal. So we're relying on our E.G.O gifts, which we have plenty of healing.
채워지지
Next
않을
battle,
포모를
please.
남겨주지.
Really wish this battles was like one continuous thing instead of having to stop and go to the map and then select the next one. Just let us keep going. Let us keep our resources.
대체가 조금 유리한 환경에
Alright, we'll start with a shotgun blast, with a mag dump. We don't have the tremor for an AoE right now. You need to gain your sword, so use that. You need to gain sanity, and you two just do your thing.
필중.
편히 쉬시게.
Mag dump.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Good, very nice here. All right, Rhodia can do her thing. You do yours. That is a magical bullet, right? So another one. Let's have you evade. So next turn you can do your thing. Not enough for this right now. Struggling on Yiseng, but I'd rather just have him take the hit and try to win rather than use his pathetic block. And he did it. Big damage. True power up. Magnificent and loaded up and ready to rock. Dawn about to blast off. We got shotgun blast here too. Otis is looking like a treat with those true bullets of hers and the ability to fire one right now. But I'd rather just use an E.G.O right now. Let's pop magical bullet. We're gonna turn those 2 bullets into 6 bullets. And then we're gonna fire a 7 power bullet, hopefully not on our own allies. Be buried in the dust. Blast! Fucking love this ID so much, man. Arcana! Magical bullet of potency 2.
다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록
소금의 우연도 없이 일발장전
6 bullets ready to rock.
대상 확인. 처치.
Oh yeah. My stogies at the end. Let's get another.
임상 시험 성공.
와, 방금 너무 괜찮은 공격이었는데 관리자님에게 우수한 평가를 받을 수
Stab.
있겠어.
Alright, 2 pathetic little creatures approach us. Whatever shall we do? Let's fire that magical bullet. We're gonna lose magical bullet, -1 times 5 SP. That is a lot of SP actually. We have 6 magical bullets, 5 times 5. That is 25 SP lost. And if we are below 10 SP, we are going to be shooting at random. But I don't think these guys are gonna make it to the end. But we're gonna fire it anyway. Because the bullet is here, and we are no pussy. No sir, no how. Second Arcana beat. We'd love Magical Girl Dawn. Smashes her head in with a rock. Ah, we didn't get a chance to use the bullet. Otis was itching that gun. It was so itchy. That trigger finger was twitching in its place. Just let me do it. Just let me do it once, manager, please. I need it. Oh hell, sorry. Hell yeah. Doesn't affect Faust, but it will affect someone. Very nice. What else we have here? Death Seeker is for nothing we can use. We don't use Rupture here that much. We do have Miniature Telepole, which it gain charge on kill. Okay, give you a refresh. Get your shotgun rocking. Let's replace her ability 1 with Bullet. Talisman Bundle is always good because you can use some potency. We just gotta take that and upgrade it right away. And let's do the same for the Voodoo Doll. Right, my cigar went out. I'm gonna save my other cigar for tomorrow. Special stream tomorrow. Event tomorrow, Intervallo. I am so excited. Ooh.
한 피가 떨어질 때군요.
Alright, Cassetti, you big nerd, we're here for your money.
도움이 될 수 있을 거야.
sword. And you... Do we have any more? I'm gonna accelerate the usage of the magical bullet. Hold on. That's full sanity. The pride here, no. That means we're gonna be gaining quite a lot of bullets. So this E.G.O on use will give us 1 bullet if we are at 0, which we are currently at 0. And we gain bullets after the attack equal to our pride resonance. And we have 3 resonance. So in this combo, we are gonna gain 4 bullets. We could make this even better, shall we? Let's make this even better. Let's make this 5 bullets. We could make it even better by having Merso use his E.G.O as well, and then we would be gaining 6 bullets, and we're just ready about to pop someone for an existence. But I will temper my power here and just go with this.
정의 이름으로 이 정도쯤이야?
For as good as Yi-Sang is, he's kind of weak on flashes. Maybe it's because he's not benefiting from any E.G.O gifts right now, like a lot of other characters.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
모든 걸 거둬들일 순 없었어.
I might have fucked up. I just think I fucked up. I used an E.G.O on Kodia and she was low HP, SP. Forgot about that. Whoops.
힘상 시험 성공.
역시 니놈 말
1 magical bullet turns into 5 magical bullets.
우리 쪽에 유리한 환경이 되었네.
There we go. And who are you targeting? Oh my. That is bad. Is she for? Yeah. Ooh. Oh no. That's the price we pay for using the big bullet boy. I should have considered that, but unfortunately, it is the way the cookie crumbles here. Go, Rhodia. Have fun.
본인이 하지.
그분의 작으신 모든 것을 지켜놓더니
Ouch. 한 발을 요청합니다.
와, 방금 건 엄청
We'll recover. We'll recover. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Trust. What is the Lobotomy E.G.O team without a little bit of friendly fire? Isn't that right? Am I right or am I right? See? They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. There's not gonna be any problems. We did all of this was calculated. How is your tremor looking? That's a nice meaty AoE right there. No one's taking a one-sided attack. They will have a turn to recover. We'll stagger some enemies to activate lithograph. They will heal.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 꽃으로 잠들어.
AoE! AoE!
제압 완료.
Nice. Stab. And they recover. They're good. They're nice. They are better than ever.
우리가 걱정할 건 하나도 없어.
Dog. Go handle that. Actually, you go handle that. You're the tank. You're supposed to be tanking. Go get some shotgun blasts out. Preferably not against an enemy that would counter you. But he's about to die, so he's gonna die regardless. Go hit here. How is that bullet looking, huh? This one, game 1 punishable return. You need to win a clash. Go win a clash.
탈출 개체 확인.
사랑으로 정의의 이름으로.
One thing before we continue.
모자란 피를
It is
채우자고.
currently windy where I live, so if I suddenly disconnect, that means my power went out. And if my power goes out, it's probably gonna stay out for a long time. So don't. He died. We're gonna lose Mercil. No, we lost Mercil. Damn it.
관중이 생각했습니다.
펜.
희귀한
와, 방금 너무 근사한 일격이었는데? 관리자님에게 우수한 평가를 받을 수 있겠어. 직원 하나가 더 이상 움직이지 않아.
This wouldn't have happened if I had paid attention.
그런 표정이야?
I'm sorry, Mercil. I was a failure of a manager. And now you lie dead. There's aught I can do. I'll closer you to a stagger because you were kind of kicking our asses in this collection. I'm be entirely honest, you're kind of kicking our asses here. There we go. Good. Nice. So it's here.
탈출 개체 확인.
Well, good thing we have two other Lobotomy E.G.O IDs to be used that are not actually. Yeah, no, we don't. He's dead.
히어! 아르카나 스웨이버!
Keep using that magic.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
Stagger. Blue with other stagger. Sasha is kicking our ass. Don't kill Kodia. I kind of need her. We don't get retries here. We lost a sinner. We lost him forever. I am going to honestly gonna stagger you before you can do anything else. You are kicking our asses. So say your prayers.
사고될 시간이 걸 잠자.
Phoenix. Phoenix are delicious.
돌아가.
All right, got the stagger.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
편히 쉬시게.
Do 5% in a row. Thank you, Yisan.
이 정도쯤이야?
Double the stagger. A turn to recover.
우리가 우승을
Faust is still here.
경험했어.
Faust is in the game.
하지만 여기서
Faust has
방심하면
fluid
안
sack. Let's use it.
지휘팀이라면
Everyone else,
완벽하게
chill for a
빈틈
moment.
없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야
Just
하죠.
chill for a moment, okay? Just rest easy. Just have a good time.
잔무에
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Unload.
방심에
All calculated. Hell yeah.
쏴야 할 때가 왔고.
It's a shame about Mercil, but we will not lose another singer.
반역의 죄는 서형이 마땅하리라.
Funny you should say that.
대체가 조금 유리한
Right,
환경에
here we go.
분리된 것 같아. 하지만 우리가
Pay more attention.
걱정할 건 하나도
Kodia,
없어.
how are you looking in swords? That is 3 nice little swords lodged in you. That means you get to reuse your attack. Good. Huh? How's your paddles looking? That is nice 16. You still don't have your magic bullet to use, but you have your E.G.O ready. No. Dawn does this. Faust does that. You do that. You do better than that. You do. Why don't we pop another fluid sack just because? And you just stay there with of 17 to 8 so he can't escape. You little grimy bastard. Welcome, Moises. It's hello. How you doing? All right, we finally get to see Kodia's coin reuse. 1 coin, 2 coin, 3 coin, and she dies from bleed. God damn it! I didn't pay attention to her bleed. That's another sinner down that we shouldn't have lost. Dumbass that I am. Again, rules of the dungeon. Sinner dies. We can't use it. That's 2 sinners down. That's bad. Still have a full team, but not a complete same keyword team. Ah.
살고자 하는 모든
Brand new
것들과
He-Man movie. I didn't know He-Man had a new movie.
무덤으로
Fuck.
돌아가라.
직원 하나가 더 이상 움직이지 않아.
This is bad.
다들 왜 그런 표정이야? 마음이
Unload.
벌써 약해진 거야?
Debuff. Shoot. Gun. You're about to enter evil mode, aren't you?
또 도움이 필요한 곳이 생겼는가?
You are going to enter evil mode next turn. No, not next turn. Next usage of your skill.
방심해.
Let my guard down. How is you fanning the hammer letting your guard down, Ryoshu? Mind explaining? Debuff hit, hell yeah. Magical go, power, here it comes.
아르카나 세이버!
Almost staggered him. Burn will take care of it. Hell yeah, we managed to get him before he could use his I recover all my HP attack.
지휘팀이라면
Very good.
완벽하고 빈틈없이 모든 걸 끝마쳐야
But we only have skill 1. Should I use the E.G.O? We're in the 5th bullet, so what does the 5th magic bullet does for the
지속하는
E.G.O?
용건을
5th bullet. Get 30% damage, attacking 4 attack weight, inflict and burn, inflict 4 offensive down, 4 left, down with stern. We could. We'll probably do a lot of damage. We have the sanity for it. That's not what I clicked, game. 97. Dawn, you will help her.
하고들 시간이
It's time for magic up in this bitch. It's all in the air, you don't even know it. Magic everywhere in this motherfucker.
흔들리는 일 따위 없이 가로막는 모든 것을 침묵시키고 지평선을 따라 나아가라.
He's not gonna do enough damage.
정의보다도 큰 생명 속에 파묻힌 그대
Fire faster!
우리 앞을 막는 증오를
Fire that motherfucker
그대의
faster!
힘을 합쳐 위대한 아르카나 세이버!
Damn! Put that magic in there. Put that power in it. About is left with like 300 HP, 241. And now he's gonna use his cool attack because he's so cool. Guess what, nerd? Durante powers are fine. I don't want you to live. I want you to die. We're not gonna let you do that. I'm sorry. You don't get to fight back. You only get to die. Again, per our rules of the dungeon, Durante powers are okay, and I don't want him to live another round. No sir, no how. Random gift. Unfortunately, we have lost 2 sinners that we won't be able to recover. That was really bad. But we're on the final floor, and this is hell. Thank you, but no. Sense of gluttony or 4 houses and greed. 4 houses and greed is any of these guys. I don't remember you guys. Go for gluttony. So again, we lost 2 sinners. We shouldn't have, but we did. Let's do the selection. Start over from scratch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fortunately, we lost these 2. They will no longer be able to help us. And that sucks. You're mostly Pierce, aren't you? Yeah.
제압을
No.
준비합니다.
개체가 조금
Here we go, here we go.
놓이게 된 것
You are
같아.
evil mode right
하지만
now.
우리가
So
걱정할
we're gonna
건
keep you in
하나도
evil
없어.
mode for a little bit.
최선을 다할
Gain your
거잖아.
bullets, gain your tremor. Bring out your dead.
파고들 시간이다. 잔말 참.
오늘도 즐거운 하루의 시작이네. 그렇지? 잠시만.
Keep
볼륨 좀
in
확인해볼게.
evil mode,
대답
please.
소리가 잘 들리지 않아서.
Use your evade. Blasting. You have enough for AoE, so use it.
그런 거지.
Time to take the shot.
때가 왔군.
오늘도 즐거운 하루의
go.
시작이네. 그렇지?
That is 2 levels of hysteria. We need another one before we can blast them into his middlings. Let's get true bullets out, shall we?
꽃으로 잠들. 살고자 하는
Magnificent
모든
end with the
것들과
extra power? Hell yeah.
개체들의
Bang,
체력이
bang.
많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속
Come on. Come on, Dawn.
그들 또한 잠들게.
Magical bullet, power of 5. Bang! Not the greatest, but will do.
우리 쪽에 유리한
Dawn,
환경이
you have
되었네.
been 3 turns into hysteria mode. Time for you to turn good again with 2 AoEs. Same for you, Faust. And as for you, Otis, well, just hang tight.
쓸모가 있으려면 방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은 더 잘할 수 있도록.
Wobbling fluid. It's a hopeless flash. Magnificent end once again.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 속삭.
Back. She just vomits out attack. She's great.
제압 완료.
와, 방금 너무 근사한 이격이었는데? 관리자님에게 우수한 평가를 받을 수 있겠어.
장전.
Boom. Six bullets.
아까의 공격으로 인해서 대상에게 많은 피해를 입혔어.
Magdam.
적들이 충분히
AoE.
날 부쉈다는 거지.
Bigger AoE.
틀려도
Do
될 것
that.
같아.
Magnificent end. And no bullets for you. Recover your SP.
잠든 그대를 기릴 테니.
꽃으로 잠들어. 탈출 개체가
Very
점령되었습니다.
good. Even without our two powerful characters, we can still handle this pretty damn well. Let's go over here.
죽음 충동 억제. 관념 봉인.
Come on. It's drones. Those are rare.
개체가 조금
Well,
유리한
Mag dumped
환경에
drones.
놓이게 된 것 같아. 하지만 우리가 걱정할 건
You're in
하나도
good
없어.
mood, Dawn. Keep at
파고들
it.
시간이다.
시계.
잔후에
Why? Oh, we have a gift that gives us free bleed. That's right. I'm gonna sell
개체들의
that.
체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어.
That's for the blood
괴로워하는
feed.
게 느껴지지 않아? 이 기세로 계속 나아가 보자. 우리 쪽에 유리한 환경이 되었네. 잘
Fire.
됐다.
Bullet. Jiggling is not ready. And I'd rather save that.
파고들 시간이다. 잔후에 장전.
Magic bullet. Blast.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
꽃으로 잠들어.
Paralysis.
제약 개체가 비틀거리는 게
Alright,
보이네.
alright, alright.
오래 필수록 같이
3
이대로
bullets.
영영
Good
움직이지
enough for me.
못하게 만들어보자.
One-sided guard. Can't you? Oh, sorry. E.G.O, are you ready? Dawn is... I say it's time to use it.
하고들 시간이다. 잔 무의 이발 장전. 흙속에 파묻혀라. 안심이다. 살고자
Magnificent
하는
end. I
모든
didn't pay
것들과
attention to use the evade. What a shame.
무덤으로 돌아가라. 방심의
AoE's out the ass today, huh?
히어! 아르카나 세이버!
With love, yeah. Yo.
그들 또한 잠들게.
와, 성공했어. 보여? 개체가 더 이상
Alright.
움직이지 않네. 이대로
AoE.
남은 대상
Do you have enough?
전부
You don't
움직일
have
수
enough.
없게 만들어보자.
Save it up then. You have 4 bullets, and no way to regain them right now. Unless I use a E.G.O, but we're gonna save that.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가야. 안심이다.
그들 또한 잠들게.
Time, 155.
It's
It's almost time for a book reading. I'm very excited what's gonna happen next in Crime and Punishment.
정의 이름으로.
It's so festive right now. What the fuck? Has the mark? It looks like a fucking carnival.
많은 피해를 입혔어.
Right,
적들이
use your big
충분히
attack
알고
again.
있다는 거지.
Can't shoot that.
해도 될것 같아.
Gonna get that. Time to shoot the big bullet.
본인이 하지.
Bullet of the potency of 6.
사랑으로 정의 이름으로.
Fuck.
히어! 아르카나 세이버!
Really nice. True Arcana powers. The bullet magic bullet is fired with no remorse.
흙속에 파묻혀라. 꽃으로 잠들어. 흙속에 파묻혀라.
And if there's anything left alive, it's gonna wish it wasn't.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Very good. Alright. Take the easy path here. We're almost at the end. Not gonna fight you, but give me your stuff. Who shall be? It shall be Ryoshu that shall reach into the goop and get the goop for us.
작업 결과는
Goop
좋은.
Ryoshu. We do have a fight with fierce weakness up ahead. You pick a rose. Ryoshu, pick a rose for us. Yeah, you go pick a rose. Oh. Very nice.
작업 결과는 좋음인가.
Final fight before the boss, whoever that may be.
곧
사랑과 정의 이름으로 지금 이곳에 등장!
It's the fat guys again.
개체가
Fat
조금
Brigade
유리한
is
환경에
here.
놓이게 된 것 같아. 하지만 우리가 걱정할 건 하나도 없어. 최선을 다할 거잖아.
Skill tree right off the bat. I think not. I will go for 4 bullets right off the bat. How about that?
개체 확인. 역시 네놈 말대로 어떤 사람이라도 맞출 수 있는 마법의 탄환이다.
It never misses.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여나갔어. 괴로워하는 게
Except all the times that it does. When it's in the hands of Google.
우리 쪽에 유리한
The guy
환경이
just
되었네.
spontaneously exploded and just remained there. Okay. Kind of terrified of that. How is the jiggling on fouls? Jiggling on 7. 7 is enough for the jiggle to commence. And Dawn is just using a skill 1.
나아가주게.
This thing is gonna mag dump someone. Up.
이발 장전. 잠들어.
편히 쉬시. 잠든 그대를 길.
방금 공격은 좋았어.
I feel magnificent and coming this round.
오래 필수록 가치는 떨어지는 법이지.
Time for Dawn to use her big attack as well. And we have 2 magic bullets. Let's save that for the next round. There are 2 waves of enemies. This one is gonna use some big attack, so save your bullets with the nectar.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Especially since you're last in the turn, Ultras, and you need your sanity.
정의 이름으로. 히어. 아르카나 세이버.
Just delete that guy from existence. Hell yeah.
매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직
We're gonna put an end. Here it is.
잠.
잠들게.
That is a stagger. That is bad. We were planning to use a bullet today. I kind of want to use that bullet now. You can't do this to me like that. You can't just do me dirty like that. Oh well.
탈출 개체 확인.
Could have popped an eagle there to execute them all, but chose not to.
사랑으로 가. 악은 이렇게
For
정하면
thus the evil was cleansed from this world by Don Quixote, the magical girl of love and hate. No tremor on them.
펜.
Very nice. Do they get 2 attacks? Of course they do. Now, this guy just suddenly exploded. You're gonna suffer for your crimes against Ryoshu. Your crimes against everyone here. You're gonna get shot. Goodbye. Ah, not enough to kill.
곳으로 잠들어.
But don't worry, Ryoshu got your back.
사랑으로 정의 이름으로. 이 정도쯤이야? 자, 악은
Evil
이렇게
cleansed.
정하면
Join the evil tonight.
탈출 개체가 정리되었습니다.
Very good. Come on, let's fight the boss and read Crime and Punishment. We're done this on good time, 2 hours. What we got here? We got Broken Revolver to reduce their stuff. We got a couple defibrillator, Dawn. These things are purple. Reload. Oh my. This speed got like a speed difference with target defense level. That's kind of shit. Let's take this. Our Pierce power is going a little bit more power. A little power on our Pierce. Pierce on our power. Piece on our power. Let's do this because enemies with sinking and enemies with rupture lose their offense levels. What else? What else? What else? What else? We can sell some stuff to make money. We could do more damage. Targeting clash power. This is the skills of control charger. Was one of the lowest attack for the turn once per turn. This is kind of okay-ish, but not right now. This needs to go. This fucking sucks. I can spend ammo. Do not spend ammo. Give 1 attack power up this turn. Let's see. I think we're good. That's just enhanced stuff. That's just enhanced stuff. Damage. Tremor. Now everyone starts jiggling. Everyone starts burning as well. That's good enough. I'm not paying too much attention. When we have like a kitchen sink doctrine kind of mix units like this that don't have a unified team, I kind of get lost which gifts to prioritize. I guess the best one is still Pierce because everyone here is mostly Pierce, the most powerful units, and the ones that I've been focusing the most. But we have Charge, we have Tremor. Motherfucker, it's this asshole. Alright, who can dodge here? Ryoshu can dodge. Ryoshu will dodge. The rest of you are gonna clash, and you are going to win. This is an order for your executive director. G4 tells you, dodge. Dodge now. Dodge good. Here we go. You will dodge now. love blast. Fuck. Get. Time to take the shot.
나만 믿고 다들
There are two. There's another unclashable, which is AoE. We can't clash against the AoE, and we don't have enough dodge units to take care of it, so everyone is gonna get a bit of that. Ain't that grand? Ain't that luscious? Ain't that wonderful? I prefer fight this boss solo once sometimes. Even if it is pure RNG sometimes, it still feels better. Dawn, it's time to use your magical spell. Magical Dawn spell. And you will use your thing. That is a... You will actually... That's another bullet for Otis. We are currently at 1 bullet. We're gonna gain 4 bullets. Because this E.G.O only gives extra bullet if you're at 0, so... Puts us at a nice 5 bullets. Yeah... That's 6 bullets. Detonate magical bullet gives us 1. At the end of the turn, I guess.
역시 니놈 말고
Really, as you say, magical
어떤
bullet can hit
사람이라도
anything.
맞출 수 있는 마법의 탄환.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
Isang, Isang.
히어!
Magic.
하나 빛! 차! 방금 건 제대로 된 공격이 아니었는데.
Now you were
너희들
debuffed.
중에 매뉴얼을
Next
제대로
turn.
안 했던 사람들이 있는 걸까?
It is red now. It means he gets a lot of unclashables. Someone is bleeding like a motherfucker. I can tell. I can smell it. Alright, let's do what we can. Gotta get rid of the bleed on us. So... Yoshu is good. Is she? She's favored. Hopeless. We need to gain some power here. How's your jiggling? Your jiggling is at 5, but more AoE here isn't gonna help, so let's just go for the unclashable attack here. You can forget to evade. Magnificent thing is gonna have to activate today, so go. With love. Love, love. Volcano Slave. Thank you, Dawn. 5% 2 times in a row. That's what we wanted. That's what we needed. Recover your SP from Yiseng's excellent butterfly on the enemy. Come on, 5%. I'm getting really 5% today, aren't I? We really didn't need to get hit by that, but we got. Had to take the shot. Now, Faust. You do not have any ways to remove negative effects from you, I'm fairly sure. If target has restored curse, passive for unit. We can only use skills ones or counters. However, can't clash either. Clashing is forbidden for you. And Yiseng is also in a bad situation for clashing. I'd say we are quite screwed, aren't us? Aren't we? We are. Yes, we are. We are quite fucked, I'd say. But we shall sally forth nonetheless. With bullet in hand and a skip in our step, we shall shoot. Fire. I shall fire. Don't clash. Don't you fucking dare clash. Give us help and give him death. We have an offset. She's working because she's lower than him. Imagine that, my surprise. Dawn, do something. Do a little offset here. You get a free attack, I suppose, so Clash, 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 clash. Yuseng's probably gonna die, but we're gonna try regardless. Pop! One use the fluid side before she detonates with bleed. Full bloom!
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Magnificent end too.
무덤으로 돌아가라.
Those AoEs are gonna stagger us, aren't they? Single shot.
방금 했던 공격은 매우 효과적이었어. 하지만 아직 부족해. 다음 공격은
That bleed.
더 잘할 수 있도록.
Shion Hiki can't wait for story. Me neither. Assuming we can get past this boss, we don't have retry, so if you die here, that's game over. And we have to be real careful because, ooh, mama, that is a lot of bleed on us. House can probably use fluid sac one more time before she's about to detonate, and there are unopposed attacks. No, everything needs to be clashed. He's on death door. Dawn is doing fine. Dawn is probably gonna have to carry most of the team here. Use magical. Let's use magical bullshit on him. Faust can. If Faust clashes, she dies. So Faust cannot clash. She can clash against a single coin attack. I think. Yeah. She can clash once, win, and then shoot the bullet and she will stay alive because that's 50 something damage. Okay. Then that leaves us with this attack, which is bad news. Very bad news. Ryoshu is also in a bad situation. But we need to get rid of that attack somehow. So we are going to send Yisang to do it. Yisang, you shall clash and you shall win, my brother. You're gonna take 40 damage and then 60 damage from those clashes. But you need to win. You need to win. And then we have the AoEs. And Faust will heal us. We prevented the ability to evade, and here we go. 20 damage. And now you use another one and you lose more health. Good enough for me.
색색이 황홀하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
A retreat, not bad. Oh, I forgot to do last week MD. That's lunacy going down the drain. That's bad. That's bad. What a shame. I forgot that this skill has multiple coins. I might be dumb. Well, it was a cavalcade of mistakes in this MD today. It lost true power for fighters. It will be a lot easier with those true fighters, but what can you do? Barely any damage. Stagger! Oh god, she has unopposed attacks and she has a lot of bleed. Alright, Faust, save us. Save her with your massive fluid sacks. Big bullet! God damn it! She fucking lost sanity!
방금 건 엄청 고통스러웠겠다.
Ah!
그 고통과 비움을
When
똑같이
did she lose
자기에게
sanity again? She was fine. Ah. Hello, Mike Crafts. How are you doing? I think this is your first time here. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are currently having a bad time, but I think Dawn will be able to carry us. How is your bleed? You are going to detonate. Honestly, good. Detonate. You know, honestly, you should detonate for what you did for us, Otis, so I'm just gonna let you detonate. Fuck you, Otis, you screwed us up.
나아가주게.
Think this is in the bag? Probably not.
사랑과 정의.
Say goodbye to Otis. Next attack, please. It updates today in an hour, and then tomorrow happened. There we go. We managed to complete with the Lobotomy E.G.O team according to our rules of the dungeon. And there was some sacrifices made along the way, but it was good. It was good. I just made a lot of mistakes. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying that much attention, but made a lot of mistakes. And now, just one here because I do this every day. And now we finish the gameplay of Limbus Company. We are gonna go to grand story time. That's right. If you're here to watch gameplay of Limbus Company on some funny rules that I put to make the mirror dungeon a little bit more challenging, feel free. Well, there's no more dungeon. We just finished it. Not gonna do another one right now. But now it's grand story time. We are going to go back to read Crime and Punishment. I just need to go to the bathroom real quick, get myself a drinky of water because throat kind of dry. Just smoked a stogie, was good. And we are going to get right down and dirty with Crime and Punishment. So I will be right back after I get some water, and then we are going to start. One moment, and I'll be back. What day is the European Update Day? Is it different? No, it's not that it's different. They use the Korea time, so it varies from time zone to time zone. I'll be right back. Alright, give me water. I think so. Here I am with me big jug of water. Let's get down with it. Now, let me open it up. I'll make sure that is open, actually. Huh? Yeah. Book reading window. Here we go. Crime and Punishment, Chapter 2 of Part 4? Is it Part 4? I think it's Part 4. So, let's do a quick recap of what happened last time in Crime and Punishment. Let me just mute the stream for Limbus. Second, there we go. Get water. Last time on Raskolnikov's Bizarre Adventure, he had a nice chat with the investigator, and just take this off. He went have a nice chat with the investigator Porphyry, and Porphyry is pulling a Columbo on him. Raskolnikov is being eaten alive by his anxiety to the point that he is having nightmares, justifiable nightmares, and hallucinating people on the street calling him a murderer. He went back home when he was supposed to go meet with his mother and sister and Razumikin for the meeting with Losing, the fiancée of his sister, which he's marrying for money. And instead of going to, have a dinner with them, he went straight back home and lay down for an hour. And then someone entered his apartment, and surprise, surprise, it was Svidrigailov, the master that used to employ his sister. And there was a whole hubbub about him falling in love with his sister, his wife finding out, and then a lot of things happened. But point of the story is, the wife of Svidrigailov died and left a lot of money for his sister, and Svidrigailov wants to give also another chunk of money to his family as well, which, funnily enough, would make the entire murder part of Crime and Punishment completely senseless. If Raskolnikov had waited a little longer, he would have received a lot of money, and he would be able to continue his studies, but he didn't. He went and killed the old moneylender and his sister, and now we're dealing with the consequences of that. How anxiety can destroy a man. Let's begin. I don't know if you can see it very well when I zoom in like that, but it's good enough. I mean, there we go. 150 is not enough. Are you reading the synopsis of Canto 2? No, I am reading the entire book of Canto 2, Crime and Punishment. Anyway, it was nearly 8 o'clock. The two young men hurried to Bakalayev's to arrive before losing. Who was that? Asked Razumikin as soon as they were in the street. It was Vidrigailov, the landowner whose house my sister was insulted in when she was their governess. She was turned out by his wife, Marfa Petrovna, because he kept persecuting her with his attention. This Marfa Petrovna begged Dunia's forgiveness afterwards, and she just died suddenly. That was the woman we were talking about this morning. I don't know why I'm afraid of him. He came here at once after his wife's funeral. He is very strange, and he's determined to do something. We must protect Dunia from him. That's what I wanted to tell you. Protect her? What can he do to harm Avdotya Romanovna? Thank you, Rodia, for telling me about it. We will protect her. Where does he live? Don't know. Why didn't you ask? What a pity. I'll find out, though. Did you see him? Asked Raskolnikov after a pause. Yes, I took notice of him. Took careful notice of him. You did really see him. You saw him clearly. Raskolnikov insisted. Yes, I remember him perfectly. I recognize him in a crowd of 1,000. I have a very good memory for faces. They were silent again. That's all right, muttered Raskolnikov. Do you know, I imagine, I keep thinking that it may have been a hallucination. What do you mean? I don't understand. Well, you all say, Raskolnikov went on, twisting his mouth into a smile, that I'm mad. I thought just now that perhaps I really am mad and that I just saw a ghost. What do you mean? Why, who can tell? Perhaps I really am mad. And perhaps everything that happens these days is just my imagination. Rodia, you have been upset again. But what did he say? Why did he come for? Raskolnikov did not answer. Razumikin thought for a minute. Now, let me tell you my story, he began. I came to you, you were asleep, then we had dinner, and then I went to Porfiry's. Zamatov's was still with him. I tried to start, but it was no use. I couldn't speak in the right way. They don't seem to understand and can't understand, but they aren't even slightly ashamed for themselves. I drew Porfiry for the window and began talking to him, but it was still no use. He looked away, and I looked away. At last, I shook my fist in his ugly face and told him as a cousin I'd bring him. He just looked at me, I cursed and left. That was all. It was very stupid. I didn't say a word to Zametov. But you see, I thought I'd made a mess of it. But as I went downstairs, a brilliant idea struck me. Why should we bother? Of course, if you are in any danger of anything, but why should you care? We shouldn't care about them at all. We shall have a laugh at them afterwards. And if I were in your place, I'd mystify them more than ever. How ashamed they would be afterwards. Damn them. We can trash them afterwards, so let's laugh at them now. I'm about to get Yiseng Ri an ID. I'm missing the last 10 yellow boxes in the character fragments. Well, time to hit that motherfucking mirror dungeon, huh? And make sure you got all the lunacy and stuff from other chapters as well for completing the EXs. That can help a little bit. Definitely, answered Raskolnikov. But what will you say tomorrow? He thought to himself. Strangely enough, until that moment, it had never occurred to him to wonder what Razumikin could think when he knew. As he was thinking, Raskolnikov looked at him. Razumikin's account of his visit to Porfiry held very little interest for him, so much had come and gone since then. In the corridor, they found Luzin. He had arrived punctually at 8 and was looking for the number, so all three went in together, without greeting or looking at one another. The young man walked in first, while Peter Petrovich, in order to preserve his good manners, lingered a little in the passage, taking off his coat. Pucheria Alexandrovna came forward at once to greet him in the doorway. Dunia was welcoming her brother. Peter Petrovich walked in and quite amiably, though with even greater dignity, bowed to the ladies. He looked, however, as though he were a little offended and could not yet recover his composure. Pucheria Alexandrovna, who also seemed a little embarrassed, quickly made them all sit down at the round table where a samovar was boiling. Dunia and Luzin were facing one another on opposite sides of the table. Razumikin and Raskolnikov were facing Pucheria Alexandrovna. Razumikin was next to Luzin, and Raskolnikov was beside his sister. A moment's silence followed. Peter Petrovich deliberately drew out a cambric handkerchief stinking of scent and blew his nose with an air of a kindly man who felt offended and had decided to insist on an explanation. In the passage, an idea had occurred to him to keep on his overcoat and walk away, and so give the two ladies a sharp and emphatic lesson, and make them feel the seriousness of the situation. But he could not bring himself to do this. Besides, he could not stand uncertainty, and he wanted an explanation. If his request had been so openly disobeyed, there was something behind it, and in that case it was better to find out beforehand. It was his task to punish then, and there will always be time for that. I trust you had a good journey, Pulcheria Alexandrovna officially. Oh, very, Peter Petrovich. Wait, who's saying that? Hold on. Oh, I have to go to work. I'll be back to watch your live stream again. Thank you so much, Minecrafts, and see you around. And thanks for the subscribe. I just noticed it. I don't. Again, I put the alarm, and I don't hear the sound effect because I'm not wearing headphones. I should fix that in the future. But thank you very, very much. See you next time. So, who's talking here? I trust you had a good journey, he asked Pulcheria Alexandrovna officially. Oh, I see. I trust you had a good journey, he asked Pulcheria Alexandrovna officially. Oh, very, Peter Petrovich. I am pleased to hear it. And Avdotya Romanovna is not overly tired either? I am young and strong. I don't get tired, but it was great strain for mother, answered Dunya. Oh, that's unavoidable. Our national railways are of terrible length. Mother Russia, as they say, is a vast country. In spite of all my desire to do so, I was unable to meet you yesterday. But I trust everything passed off without any inconvenience. Oh no, Peter Petrovich, it was all terribly disheartening, Pulcheria Alexandrovna declared hurriedly in a strange tone of voice. And if Dmitri Prokofiev had not been sent to us, I really believe by God himself, we would have been totally lost. Here he is, Dmitri Prokofiev Razumiki, she added, introducing him to Luzin. I had the pleasure yesterday, muttered Peter Petrovich with a hostile sideways glance at Razumikin. Then he scowled and fell silent. Peter Petrovich belonged to that class of people who, on the surface, are very polite in society, who make a great point of behaving properly, but who are completely disconcerted when they are contradiction with about anything, and become more like sacks of flour than elegant, lively people of society. Again, everyone was silent. Raskolnikov was obstinately mute. Avdotya Romanovna was unwilling to start a conversation again, too soon. Razumikin had nothing to say, so Pulcheria Alexandrovna was anxious again. Marfa Petrovna is dead, have you heard? She began, having recourse to her leading item of conversation. Yes, I heard so. I was immediately informed, and I have come to tell you that Arkady Ivanovich Svidrigailov set off in haste for Petersburg immediately after his wife's funeral, so at least I have excellent grounds for believing it. To Petersburg? Here? Dunya asked in alarm, then looked at her mother. Yes, and doubtless not without some kind of intention. Bearing in mind how swiftly he left all the preceding circumstances. Goodness, won't he leave Dunya in peace even here? Cried Pulcheria Alexandrovna. I imagine that neither you nor Avdotya Romanovna has any grounds for uneasiness, unless, of course, you wish to communicate with him. As far as I am concerned, I am going to watch out for him. I currently try to find out where he's staying. Oh, Peter Petrovich, you would not believe what a fright you have given me, Pulcheria Alexandrovna went on. I've only seen him twice, but I thought he was terrible, terrible. I am convinced that he was the cause of Marfa Petrovna's death. It is impossible to be certain about that. I have precise information. I do not dispute that he may have accelerated the course of events by the moral influence, so to say, of the offense. But as to his general conduct and moral characteristics, I agree with you. I do not know whether he is well off now, and precisely what Marfa Petrovna left him. This will be known to me within a very short period, but no doubt here in Petersburg, if he has any financial resources, he will lapse at once into his old habits. He's the most vicious, depraved specimen of that particular type. I have considerable reason to believe that Marfa Petrovna, who was unfortunate enough to fall in love with him and to pay his debts 8 years ago, was also of service to him in another way. solely by her exertions and sacrifices, a criminal charge involving an element of fantastic and homicidal brutality for which he might well have been sentenced to Siberia, was hushed up. That's the sort of man he is, if you care to know. Good heavens, cried Pulcheria Alexandrovna. Raskolnikov listened attentively. Are you speaking the truth when you say that you have good evidence of this? Dunya asked sternly and emphatically. I only repeat what I was told in secret by Marfa Petrovna. I must observe that from the legal point of view, the case was far from clear. There was, and I believe still is, living here a woman called Reslich, a foreigner who lent small sums of money at interest and did other commissions. And with this woman, Svidrigailov had for a long while, close and mysterious relations. She had a relation, a niece, I believe, living with her, a deaf and dumb girl, 15 years of age, or perhaps not more than 14. Reslich hated this girl and grudged her every crust. She used to beat her mercilessly. One day the girl was found hanging in the garret. At the inquest, the verdict was suicide. After the usual proceedings, the matter ended, but later on, information was given that the child had been cruelly outraged by Svidrigailov. It is true this was not clearly established. The information was given by another German woman of notorious character, whose word could not be trusted. No statement was actually made to the police thanks to Marfa Petrovna's money and efforts. It did not get beyond gossip, and yet the story is a very significant one. You heard, no doubt, Avdotya Romanovna, when you were with then the story of the servant Philip, who died of ill treatment he received 6 years ago, before the abolition of serfdom. I heard, on the contrary, that this Philip hanged himself. That is true, but what drove him, or what perhaps disposed him to suicide, was the systematic persecution and severity of Mr. Svidrigailov. I don't know that, answered Dunya dryly. I only heard a strange story that Philip was some type of hypochondriac, sort of domestic philosopher. The servants used to say he read himself silly, and that he hanged himself partly because of Mr. Svidrigailov's mockery of him, and not the injuries he inflicted. When I was there, he behaved well to the other servants, and they were actually fond of him, though they certainly did blame him for Philip's death. I notice, Avdotya Romanovna, that you seem disposed to undertake his defense all of a sudden, Luzin observed, twisting his lips into an ambiguous smile. There is no doubt that he is an astute man, and charming where ladies are concerned, of which Marfa Petrovna, who has died so strangely, is a terrible example. My only desire has been to be of service to you and your mother with my advice, in view of the renewed efforts which may certainly be anticipated from him. For my part, it's my firm conviction that he will end up in debtor's prison again. Marfa Petrovna had not the slightest intention of leaving anything substantial, given his children's interests, and if she left him anything, it would be the slightest means of which to get by, something insignificant which would not last a year for a man of his habits. Peter Petrovich, I beg you, said Dunya, don't say anything else about Mr. Svidrigailov. It makes me miserable. He has just been to see me, said Raskolnikov, breaking his silence for the first time ever. There were exclamations from everyone, and they all turned to him. Even Peter Petrovich. Interest was aroused. An hour and a half ago, he came in when I was asleep, woke me up, and introduced himself, Raskolnikov continued. He was fairly cheerful and at ease, and hopes that we shall become friends. He is particularly anxious, by the way, Dunya, to arrange an interview with you, at which he asked me to be present. He has a proposition to make to you, and he told me about it. He told me, too, that a week before her death, Marfa Petrovna left you 3,000 rubles in her will, Dunya, and that you will receive the money very soon. Oh, thank God, cried Pulcheria Alexandrovna, crossing herself. Pray for her soul, Dunya. It is a fact, broke from Luzin. Tell us, what more? Dunya urged Raskolnikov. Then he said that he wasn't rich, and all the estate was left to his children, who are now with an aunt, that he was staying somewhere not far from me, but where, I don't know, I didn't ask. But what of this proposition he wants to make to Dunya? Cried Pulcheria Alexandrovna in a fright. Did he tell you? Yes. What was it? I'll tell you afterwards. Raskolnikov ceased speaking and turned his attention to his tea. Peter Petrovich looked at his watch. I am compelled to keep a business engagement, and so I shall not be in your way, he added with an air of some pique, and he began getting up. Oh, don't go, Peter Petrovich, said Dunya. You intended to spend the evening here. Besides, you wrote yourself that you wanted to sort something out with my mother. Precisely so, Avdotya Romanovna, Peter Petrovich answered impressively, sitting down again but still holding his head. I certainly desire to sort out a very important point with you and your mother, who I respect so highly. But, as your brother cannot speak openly in my presence about Mr. Svidrigailov's proposal, I, too, do not desire and am not able to speak openly in the presence of others about certain matters of the greatest importance. Moreover, my most insistent and urgent request has been disregarded. Assuming an aggrieved air, Losing lapsed into a dignified silence. Get some water. Your request that my brother should not be present at our meeting was disregarded solely because I wanted to disregard it, said Dunya. You wrote that you had been insulted by my brother. I think you must explain this at once, and you must be reconciled. And if Rhodia really has insulted you, then he should and will apologize. Peter Petrovich took a stronger line. There are insults, Avdotya Romanovna, which no goodwill can make us forget. There is a line in everything which is, it is dangerous to overstep, and when it has been overstepped, there is no return. That wasn't quite what I was talking about, Peter Petrovich, Dunya interrupted with some impatience. Please understand that our whole future now depends on whether all this can be explained and set right as soon as possible. I am telling you frankly from the start that I cannot look at it in any other light. And if you have the slightest regard for me, this business must end today, however hard that may be. I repeat that if my brother is to blame, he will ask your forgiveness. I'm surprised that you put the question like that, said Losing, getting more and more irritated. Respecting and, so to say, adoring you, I may, at the same time, very well indeed be able to dislike a member of your family. Though I lay claim to the happiness of your hand in marriage, I cannot accept duties incompatible with... Ah, don't be so ready to take offense, Peter Petrovich, Dunya interrupted with feeling, and be the sensible and generous man I have always considered and wish to consider you to be. I've given you a great promise. I am engaged to you. Trust me in this matter, and believe me, I shall be capable of judging impartially. My assuming the part of judge is much as a surprise for my brother as for you. When I insisted that he came to our interview today after your letter, I told him nothing about what I meant to do. You must understand that if you're not reconciled, I must choose between you. It must be either you or he. That is how the question rests on your side, and on his. I don't want to be mistaken in my choice, and I must not be. For your sake, I must break off with my brother. For my brother's sakes, I must break off with you. I can find out for certain now whether he's behaving like a brother to me, and as a matter of fact, I would like to. And I also find out whatever I am dear to you, whether you respect me, whether you are the husband for me. Avdotya Romanovna, Losing declared in an offended tone, your words have too many implications for me. Moreover, they are offensive in view of the position I have the honor to occupy in relation to you. To say nothing of your strange and offensive behavior in setting me on a level with an insolent boy. You admit the possibility of breaking your promise to me. You say you or he, thereby showing how unimportant I am to you. I cannot let this pass, considering the relationship and the obligations existing between us. What? Cried Dunya, flushing. I set your interest beside everything that has up until now been most precious in my life. What has made up the whole of my life? And here you are offended because I haven't sufficiently taken you into account. Raskolnikov smiled sarcastically. Razumikin fidgeted, but Peter Petrovich did not accept her rebuke. On the contrary, at every word he became more persistent and more irritable, as though he relished it. Love for the future partner of your life, for your husband, ought to outweigh your love for your brother, he announced sententiously. And in any case, I cannot be put on the same level. Although I say so emphatically that I would not speak openly in your brother's presence, nevertheless, I now intend to ask your dear mother for a necessary explanation on a point which is extremely important to my dignity. Your son, he turned to Pulcheria Alexandrovna, yesterday, in the presence of Mr. Razudimikin, or I think that's it. Excuse me, I may have forgotten your surname. He bowed politely to Razumiki. Insulted me by misrepresenting the idea I expressed to you in a private conversation over coffee. That is, the marriage to a poor girl who has had her fair share of troubles is more advantageous from the conjugal point of view than a marriage to a girl who has lived in luxury, since it is more profitable for the moral character. Your son intentionally exaggerated the significance of my words and made them ridiculous, accusing me of malicious intentions, and as far as I could see, relied on your correspondence with him. I shall consider myself happy, Pucheria Alexandrovna, if you could convince me of the opposite conclusion, and thus considerately reassure me. Please, let me know in what terms precisely you repeated my words in your letter to Rodion Romanovich. I don't remember, faltered Pucheria Alexandrovna. I repeated them, yeah, as I understood them. I don't know how Rodion repeated them to you. Perhaps he exaggerated. He could not have exaggerated them unless you gave him good cause. Peter Petrovich, Pucheria Alexandrovna declared with dignity, the proof that Dunya and I did not... Peter Petrovich, Pucheria Alexandrovna declared with dignity, the proof that Dunya and I did not take your words in a very bad sense is the fact that we are here. Good, mother, said Dunya approvingly. Then this is my fault again, said Luzin aggrieved. Well, Peter Petrovich, you keep blaming Rodion, but you yourself had just written something false about him, Pucheria Alexandrovna added, gaining courage. I don't remember writing anything false. You wrote, Raskolnikov said sharply, not turning to Luzin, that I gave money yesterday not to the widow of the man who was killed, as was the case, but to his daughter, who I had never seen until yesterday. You wrote this to cause a rift between me and my family, and so you added coarse expressions about the conduct of a girl who you do not know. This is all the meanest sort of slander. Excuse me, sir, said Luzin, quivering with fury. I enlarged upon your qualities and conducted in my letter solely in response to your sister's and mother's inquiries about how I found you and what impression you made on me. As for what you refer to in my letter, be so good as to point out one word of falsehood. Show, that is, that you didn't throw away your money, and that there are not worthless persons in that family, however unfortunate. To my thinking, you, with all your virtues, are not worth the little finger of that unfortunate girl at whom you choose to throw stones. Would you go so far, then, as to let her associate with your mother and sister? I have done so already, if you care to know. I made her sit down today with mother and Dunya. Oh dear, cried Pucheria Alexandrovna. Dunya crimsoned. Razumikin knitted his brows. Luzin smiled with lofty sarcasm. You may see for yourself, Avdotya Romanovna, he said, whether it's possible for us to agree. I hope now that this question has been dealt with once and for all. I will withdraw in order not to hinder the pleasures of family intimacy and the discussion of secrets. He got up from his chair and took his hat. But before I withdraw, I would like to request that in future I may be spared similar meetings, and so to say, compromises. I appeal particularly to you, my dearest Pucheria Alexandrovna, on this subject, as my letter was addressed to you and no one else. Pucheria Alexandrovna was a little offended. Who's talking here? Hold on, this is a long one. You seem to think that we are completely under your authority, Peter Petrovich. Dunya has told you the reason she disregarded your desire. She had the best intentions. You even write as though you were giving me orders. Should we consider every desire of yours an order? Let me tell you, on the contrary, that you ought to show particular sensitivity and consideration for us now, because we have thrown up everything and have come here relying on you, and so we are, in any case, in a sense, in your hands. That is not quite true, Pucheria Alexandrovna, especially at the moment when the news has come of Marfa Petrovna's legacy, which seems indeed very timely, judging from the new tone which you are talking to me, he added sarcastically. Judging from that remark, we may certainly assume that you were counting on our helplessness, Dunya observed irritably. But now, in any case, I cannot count on it, and I am particularly unwilling to hinder your discussion of Arkady Ivanovich Svidrigailov's secret proposals. which he has entrusted to your brother and which I perceive interest you greatly, perhaps even favorably. Good heavens! Cried Pulcheria Alexandrovna. Razumiki could not sit still on his chair. Aren't you ashamed now, Dunya? Asked Raskolnikov. I am ashamed, Rodia, said Dunya. Peter Petrovich, get out. She turned to him, white with anger. Peter Petrovich had apparently not expected this type of conclusion. He had too much confidence in himself, in his power, and in the helplessness of his victims. He could not believe it even now. He turned pale, and his lips quivered. Avdotya Romanovna, if I go out this door now, after such a dismissal, then you can be sure I will never come back. Consider what you're doing. My word is unshakable. What insolence, cried Dunya, springing up from her seat. I don't want you to come back again. What? So that's how it stands? Cried Lucy, entirely unable to believe in the disagreement to the last, and now totally at a loss. So that's how it stands. Do you realize, Avdotya Romanovna, that I can protest? What right do you have to speak to her like that? Pulcheria Alexandrovna intervened hotly. And what can you protest about? What rights do you have? Should I give Dunya to a man like you? Go away! Leave us alone! We are to blame for having agreed to the wrong course of action, and I above all. But you have bound to me, Pulcheria Alexandrovna, Lucy stormed in a frenzy, by your promise, and now you deny it? And besides, I have been led on account of that into expenses. This last complaint was so characteristic of Peter Petrovich that Raskolnikov, pale with anger and with the effort of restraining it, could not help breaking into laughter, but Pulcheria Alexandrovna was furious. Expenses? What expenses are you talking about? You're talking about our trunk? But the conductor brought it for nothing for you. Mercy on us, we have bound you. What are you thinking about, Peter Petrovich? It was you who bound us, hand and foot, not we. Enough, mother, no more, please. Avdotya Romanovna begged him. Peter Petrovich, please go. I am going, but one last word, he said, quite unable to control himself. Your mother seems to have entirely forgotten that I made up my mind to take you, so to speak, after the gossip of the town had spread all over the district in regard to your reputation. Disregarding public opinion for your sake and reinstating your reputation, I certainly might well count on a fitting return and might in fact look for gratitude on your part. And my eyes have only now been opened. I see myself that I may have acted very, very recklessly in disregarding the universal verdict. Does this fellow want his head smashed? Cries Razumiki, jumping up. You are a mean and spiteful man, cried Dunya. Not a word, not a movement, cried Raskolnikov, holding Razumiki back. Then, going up close to Luzin, kindly leave the room, he said quietly and distinctively, and not a word more, or... Peter Petrovich gazed at him for some seconds with a pale face distorted by anger. Then he turned and left. And rarely has any man carried away in his heart such vindictive hatred as he felt against Raskolnikov. Him and him alone he blamed for everything. It is worth noting that as he went downstairs, he still imagined that his case was perhaps not entirely lost, and that, so far as the ladies were concerned, all might very well indeed be set right again. Ho 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 ho! Yes! Yes! Rip him apart, Razumiki! Kill him! But unfortunately, that is the end of today's stream. We end the chapter 3 of part 4. Again, man, so much good shit in this book, and we only got the funny casino thing for Rhodia. She needs to have a better canto, man. It's such a good book. In any case, I would like to thank you all once again for being here present for the book reading, for the mirror dungeon, and for all that stuff. If you liked the stream, you please recommend it to your friends. But if you didn't, well, recommend it to your enemies. Thank you all so much again. See you tomorrow for the Intervallo. Hell yeah, Intervallo, finally. The stream's gonna start a little earlier, possibly like maybe 2 or 3 hours. but I will be here because I'm so excited for it. And I'm gonna have to avoid fucking Twitter like a plague because everyone's gonna be posting spoilers. But I don't really much care for spoilers, but still, I want my reaction to be genuine. Anyway, without all that said, thank you all so much once again. Sweet kisses and goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.